of Boyce. But he knows if he goes outside him, he'll just get wiped out with that dirt, so he's just going to concentrate on that inside.
It's going to be a great night, there's no doubt about that. Jason Crump, it's very, very wet, but the racing has been superb already.
That's right, it's very wet in Vojens at the moment, but the guys are racing in the Grand Prix and it doesn't seem to be holding them back at all.
Looks very, very hard at the moment. It's quite tough out there, isn't it?
Yeah, with the water flying around and mud flying as it is, it's very difficult to try and pass guys, and Rickardsson did it to Hans Nielsen there. That was an exceptionally good move, and you know, I think the racing's going to get better as the track dries out.
Well, we can hope on that. Simon, the Thomas Golob incident in Heat 2, I think we can take another look at it. This was exceptional, wasn't it? I mean, he got such a brilliant start and then made a big mistake. I want you to tell me about what he did wrong here.
Well, he probably didn't do anything wrong. He just got caught out with the track conditions. Maybe on the last corner he just relaxed a bit and closed the throttle because he thought he'd got a lead, and aquaplane going into the corner. Very slippery at this stage of the meeting, and maybe just concentration laps for a second. Very easy to do in those sort of conditions.
He'll be kicking himself for that one, won't he?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I think everybody else wants to kick him anyway, so someone may as well.
Barry, they've all had to go out there now. They've had their first rides out on the track. How do you see the track developing?
It's going to get better. It's, you know, there's a lot of mud lying around, which some of it's slippery. It looked as though Gollop hit a very, very slippery part there. He lost all his balance and he just couldn't get back on the throttle quick enough, and he saw the points slip away. But I think the track's going to improve, and I think the racing will pick up as well.
Well, we've got that to look forward to. We're just getting started. Plenty more action to come from round 5 of the Speedway Grand Prix. Join us after the break.
From the home.
Welcome back to the show. Everyone's been round once. Let's see how they get on in their second ride of the day.
Heat number 5 sees Lars Gunnestad in action in red there. He's the wild card from Norway, controversially selected for this event, 3rd in his previous race. The man in white, Billy Hamill, who carries the camera for this heat. He, of course, won the Grand Prix in Austria. Tommy Knudsen on the outside, getting a breather in the yellow and black helmet colours there. He's won the last 2 Grand Prix and was, of course, the heat winner in his first outing. That a big race. The other competitor, well, that's Marvin Cox in blue. He goes from gate number 2. Here we are, though. Away from the tapes we go. Can Knudsen do it again? Knudsen from the outside comes right across the field, dives for the centre, holds everybody back. In his wake goes Billy Hamill in second place. We can watch it now, watching from Billy Hamill as he looks back there to the man in red, Lars Gunnestad. We're riding with Billy Hamill. We're riding looking backwards as if we're a pillion passenger on the back of Billy Hamill's bike. That's a marvellous view there. Billy Hamill, though, himself is putting in the challenge up front to Tommy Knudsen. Knudsen in first place, Hamill in second place, whips off the visor there that he has to keep the dirt out of his face and keep it clean, but Tommy Knudsen there, well away. We're looking back with Hamill now, and behind him we have Gunnestad and Cox, but no such problems out front. The man in yellow and black, Tommy Knudsen, is fast again, Peter.
Yes, he is, isn't it? I think the rain stopped now and the track's drying out, so the racing's beginning to get better, and Hamill's really pretty close there to Knudsen, but Knudsen's there again in his armchair, and he won that race again from the start, and that's the way to do it, and that's the way he means to go on today by the looks of things.
Well, he takes it with ease ahead of Billy Hamill in second place. The third man is Lars Gunnestad, but no such problems for maximum man so far, Tommy Knudsen. A lot of support here for the Dane. He's won the last 2 Grand Prix, and he really dived across, Peter, right from the outside to the apex of the bend.
Yeah, you know, Tony, there he is in the yellow helmet on the outside. It's a real long way from the outside to the inside of that corner. And he really has to probably travel another 5 yards more than the riders that are on the inside, but he must have a tremendous amount of speed to do that. But we got that rear view camera there from Hamill, and it looks as though he was coming under quite a bit of pressure there from the rider in red.
Heat number 6 now. We have 2 people who've already won heats here. On the inside in red, Craig Boyce, who earned a first place in his first ride, and the flying American Sam Olenko at gate 3 in white. He won at 2. Hans Nielsen in gate number 2. He's got a lot to do so far. And Thomas Golob, the dangerous poles on the outside. Who makes it? Nielsen in blue to the apex of the bend. There goes Golob in yellow and black. Going wide, Ermolenko coming through, putting Nielsen under pressure. Nielsen lifting again, the battle in second place. No problems out front for Thomas Golob. The pole is there. He's fast, he's furious. But the battle's in second place, Peter. Ermolenko and Nielsen.
It is for sure. I mean, those two behind Golob there, they're both, you know, real front runners in this meeting. And Golob's out there holding his own. He's having a good ride. I wonder if he can stay on the bike this time and not do anything stupid, because he does tend to do some outrageous things. But if he can hold on here and keep these two at bay, I'm sure those 3 points are doing a lot of good in his scores.
Yes, Golob going a shade wider there, not hugging the white line, but taking a bit of grip as he goes into the last lap ahead of now Ermolenko in second place. And Hans Nielsen is back in third. Disappointment for the Great Dane, because he's the Grand Prix leader. He's been piling up the points, and he's made it all the finals so far. But Thomas Golob has time to look back ahead of Sam Ermolenko and Hans Nielsen. Nielsen now with just 2 points from his 2 rides, but Thomas Golob there with that heat victory takes him on to 4. The shaking of the fist, the triumph for him, the acknowledgement from Sam Ermolenko, and the cheers of the Poles. It was a battle on that first bend.
It was. There was no mistakes there from Golob. I mean, he must have learnt his lesson from that first ride when he threw those 2 points away. And he's really got time on his hands there to just look at the other riders. And he's got a cracking line using the dirt around the outside. You can see there Nielsen is really trying to put him under pressure, but he's really got no answer there to the Polish rider.
Nielsen lifting as he comes out, Peter. That crucial, perhaps losing a bit of ground.
Well, I saw Hans do that in the earlier race, and it seems as though there's quite a bit of grip out there. It's probably that the track's a bit inconsistent. There are some slippery patches and grippy patches.
On now then to heat number 7. On the outside, Chris Louis. Disappointment for him. First time out when he took a perler. On the inside, Tony Ricardson, who had a second place. Greg Hancock's the man from the United States of America. He's in gate 2. And Henrik Gustafsson, who won his first race in white, in gate 3. This promises to be a battle. Chris Louis will want to pile up the points again. He's going to dive across from the outside, as we saw Knudsen do before. But to the apex of the bend is Greg Hancock. He's where it matters. He's chased by Tony Ricardson. The chase is on here. Hancock from Ricardson in second place. Where are the rest? It's a 2-man battle out front. Hancock from the States, Ricardson from Sweden. The tear-offs come off. Back in third place is Chris Louis. Right at the back in white is Henrik Gustafsson. So disappointing this time, but great style, great speed from Greg Hancock.
Yeah, Hancock's really got a tiger on his tail, hasn't he? Look at that wheelie there from Hancock. Well, Ricardson never gives up. I mean, he's one of those riders that tries everything. And look at that, he's right on Hancock's back wheel, trying all he can. He pulls a tear off there, which is probably covered in dirt, so he can see where he's going again. But Hancock seems to be just doing enough to stay ahead of him. But looks a bit exciting to be out there.
Ricardson all over the track trying to get a pass on the outside there, having tried on the inside. Can he do it on this bend? Hancock is holding it. Hancock is holding it ahead of Ricardson to take the checkered flag. Ricardson in second place. Back in third place is Chris Louis. A first point of the meeting for Chris, who fell first time out. He wants to retain that position of third in the Grand Prix, but no doubt about the hit winner, Greg Hancock, holding off Tony Ricardson.
Yeah, Hancock there in the blue helmet. I mean, it's quite an advantage, really, to be off the inside gate. As I said earlier, it's much a shorter distance to that first corner. And Ricardson there in the red helmet is trying to stay on the inside of that flying dirt from Hancock's back wheel. And he does actually try for the whole full laps, but he just can't seem to get by Hancock.
Well, Hancock, from there on, was always in front, and Ricardson trying inside and out to have no joy. Young American who made the final in Sweden, certainly intent on trying to do that once again here in Denmark. Well, Greg Hancock, conditions tough, but 5 points from 2 rides are perhaps as good as you could have wished.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's obviously you always want more, but I had missed the start slightly in the first race and came back with a nice win in that one. So just got to keep the ball rolling now. I feel good. Bike's going well, so keep my fingers crossed.